There is one Arborec. It is not a hive mind, but is rather a single organism, spread out across the galaxy. Biologists believe that the Arborec likely emerged in the swamps of some far-off world, and was introduced to the Faraban system as an invasive species. Originally only a rapidly growing fungal network, it was kept in check by native life, but when introduced to the favorable environment found on Nestvar, the Arborec grew out of control, evolving into the organism it is today. Without natural predators, it flourished, eventually overgrowing the entire planet, even reaching Nestvar's stratosphere. In fact, a first-time visitor to the planet may be surprised to learn that the soupy haze bleeding from Nestvar's atmosphere consists of quadrillions of tiny, living spores emitted by the Arborec. These spores act as relays, transmitting messages between the various Arborec organisms inhabiting Nestvar and the space docks above the planet. This grand exchange of information between all the varied instances of the Arborec in the Faraban system is known as the Prime Symphony. From the city-sized floating forests in Nestvar's atmosphere to the microscopic spores those same forests produce, all are one in the symphony. Because of this, the Arborec never developed any form of visual or auditory communication, instead handling its own data transmission and emotive projection through the Prime Symphony. As such, while the denizens of the galaxy knew of the Arborec for quite some time, they viewed it as a wild and unpredictable force. Unable to communicate with it, the great races left the Arborec's home planet completely untouched. Only its 3 moons were ever colonized by off-worlders, hosting world-famous resorts and casinos overlooking the verdant world below. But then came the Diaz Opulin. This sole merchant vessel was bound for the Beta wormhole near Kronos, when tragically, the crew of the ship became infected by the Arborine plague on Malak, and later died in deep space. When the derelict ship was found by an Arborec scout, it was determined that the cool bodies of the human crew were in perfect condition for an ambitious experiment. The bodies were sent to the great laboratories of Kushin, and there, fungal Arzuga cells were attached to the brain stems of the dead humans. It was hoped, when grown under proper conditions, the complex acidic properties of Arzuga would successfully merge the fungal cells with the innate brain tissue of the deceased subjects, slowly re-stimulating the neural pathways back to life. Then, by injecting photovoltaic stems into the soft tissue of the dead body, the neurally active Arzuga would spur the soft tissue cells to heal and regrow, effectively reanimating the dead body. Symbiotically attached to the host body, the Arzuga fungi evolved into a new being, one which the Arborec called the Derzuga. These Derzuga, unlike other Arborec organisms, can physically communicate, allowing the Arborec to, for the first time, speak with the other races of the galaxy. Soon enough, the Arborec had amassed a large diplomatic corps of Derzuga, and ultimately were admitted as members to the Galactic Council. The potential wealth of foodstuffs, medicine, and the other treasures of Nestvar proved effective in overcoming any objections to the unorthodox methods by which the Arborec chose to communicate. However, while the Arborec insist that the past knowledge and experiences of the Derzuga bodies do not persist beyond this reanimation, there are some who suspect the Arborec do not tell the entire truth. Such theorists can point to many examples in which the Arborec seem to have come upon information or intimate understanding of other cultures that seems inexplicable otherwise. But for now at least, this remains one of the many mysteries surrounding the Arborec. But such mysteries will have to wait. Now armed with both a formidable diplomatic corps and a sophisticated interstellar fleet, the Arborec have begun to spread to the furthest reaches of the galaxy, intent on putting down roots on every fertile world. And wherever the Arborec puts down its roots, it will endure until the last star dies.